here?
Well, we's blowing the fumes from Granny's live soap over to Miss Drysdale's place.
Get off of that grinding wheel.
Oh, you want to paddle a while? Faster, Billy, faster. The fumes and the smoke is getting around the kettle. We'll all be smothercated.
Granny.
Even your voice is changing. Jim. Now, don't you try to stop me. Even a sweet-natured, soft-hearted saint like me can be pushed too far.
Granny, you told me you was going to be more tolerant of Miss Drysdale.
And I was. I forgive her for what she's done right off. But this is for them others. The ones that are too chicken-hearted to fight back for themselves.
Who's too chicken-hearted?
Them she chased out of her yard. Our chickens.
I told you to keep them penned up. The only thing she hates in her yard worse than chickens is us.
Well, they was just offering a hep and claw. She was having a lawn party. And folks was chomping on cookies and cakes. And our chickens seen the crumbs they was dropping. So they went through the hedge to help them clean up.
That still ain't an excuse to go building all this to torment her.
What are you doing out here anyway? Are you some kind of a troublemaker?
In fact, I got a letter for you.
A letter from me? Who's it from?
I don't know. It ain't got no return address.
I'll see if it open.
Oh, Granny, it's for you. Just open it.
I ain't used to getting mail addressed to me. The only mail we get is for that other family. Name of occupant. It's from her. It's from her!
Who's her?
Adeline Ashley.
The Adeline Ashley?
The very one. The dream girl of every mountain boy from Pickle River to the state line.
Read the letter.
She's going to stop by and say howdy to us while she's here visiting friends in Cucamonga. Ain't that exciting?
No, I've never been to Cucamonga.
Oh, I meant her stopping here. Feature coming halfway across the world to just visit friends and traveling first class, too, by bus.
Her husband always was one to spend the money on her.
He's got it to spend. He's a big iron and steel tycoon, you know.
Annie, he's a blacksmith.
Yes. And I can see Adeline yet helping him down at the forge. Always the perfect lady, swinging that big hammer, wearing her little white gloves. Ain't old snooty nose next door gonna be jealous of me?
Granny, you told me you was going to be more tolerant and charitable with Mrs. Drysdale, remember? That includes letting her meet Adeline Ashley.
Oh, I'll introduce her. I ain't one to hold a grudge. All Miss Drysdale has to do is come over here.
Now, you talking?
On her hands and knees, pushing a peanut with her nose.
Margaret, I don't care about the Clampetts smoke and fumes as long as they're happy and not burning $10 bills.
You megalomaniac! You don't care about me!
Time to go, Chief. Oh, I hope I'm not barging into the middle of a tender romantic moment.
Don't get flip, Miss Hathaway. I can get another secretary.
Not unless you pay her a lot more than you pay me.
All right, get a little flip.
Excuse me. Mr. Clampett, come in, come in.
Hello, Mr. Clampett.
Sit down, sit down.
Oh, no, Miss Dane, you sit there.
That's all right. I had to get up anyway.
Well, my dear Mr. Clampett, what can I do for you? Name anything, as long as it's not illegal. On second thought, name anything, period.
Well, it ain't a favor. I just wanted you to know that Granny is having a weekend visitor that I know Mrs. Drysdale is going to take to like a cold hog to warm mud. No offense intended.
Oh, none taken. After all, you're a depositor. Margaret's only my wife.
Yeah, well, her name is Adeline Ashley, and she's a lot like your missus.
Really?
You know, extra high tone, social leader, style setter. I just know they're going to get along.
Ah, I see. Well, this lady's a friend of yours from back in the hills?
Oh, no, her friends wasn't backwoods corn huskers like us. She lives in the city.
Oh, well, maybe there is a chance. Now, wait a minute. You're not talking about Bug Tussle, are you?
No, Bug Tussle's a town. She lives in the city.
Oh, good. What city?
Turkey shoot.
Mr. Clampett, I'm afraid Margaret may be flying to Siberia that weekend.
What weekend is that?
When is Mrs. Ashley arriving?
I think Granny said the 21st.
That's the one.
Gun it. I know they would have hit it off. Beverly Hills or turkey shoot. Class is class.
Now, according to the letter, Adeline Ashley will be here the 21st.
Well, that gives us a whole month.
Yeah. There won't be time to more than slick up a bit. We'll make new drapes, slip covers for all the furniture. We'll paint the whole house, inside and out. It's her! Adeline Ashley. I have got off to better starts. Beverly Hills, Miss Ashley, ma'am. Your Majesty.
Up in gizzards. My nose is plumb broke.
No, it's up in the air like always.
Feels like it's the mule ticked. What you put on it?
The front door.
No, I'm sorry, what did you put on that cork?
My very best corn squeezing.
Domestic, ain't it?
What?
I favor the imported corn squeezins. You know, from over the county line.
I'll send Jethro to the hills for some. He can be back in a couple of weeks.
Never mind.
How's Mr. Ashley? Is he sick?
Oh, no, nothing like that.
Oh, good.
He died.
Oh, dear. What an awful blow.
I'm back to normal by now. Time went by and pert near healed the wound.
I'm so glad. When did you lose him?
Last Thursday. Tom, rest his soul, would have wanted me to carry on as usual, but it's hard.
Of course it is.
Since he passed on, I ain't had but 2 days. If you don't count the barn dance and the hayride.
Well, you'll have to meet my son-in-law, Jed. He's a widower, you know.
Yes, I seem to have heard something about that.
But he won't be for long. He's so handsome and a snappy dresser. I hope you can stay with us for a while.
Well, maybe I can find some time.
Good. You think it over. I'll be back in a minute.
What's the idea, Granny?
The idea is for you to get yourself slicked up before you meet the widow Ashley.
The widow Ashley?
Yeah. Mr. Ashley went to his reward and give you a chance to get yours right here on Earth.
What are you talking about?
Never mind. But take a look in there. That's a real lady.
Lady, she tips a jug a lot like a real man.
Did you see her little finger up in the air? That's what you call manners.
Either that or for hanging her empties on.
Yes, it could have been a very sticky mess, Miss Hathaway. I can't imagine Margaret meeting Adeline Ashley.
Yes, your wife does behave as though anyone who didn't come over on the Mayflower is an undesirable alien.
Look, I'm not even particularly anxious to shake hands with that female Paul Bunyan.
Apparently there'll be no problem if your wife's going to be out of town.
I was mildly magnificent with Mr. Clampett. I used a few clever phrases, some ambiguous statements.
You lied to him.
That's right. It's a simple matter of lie now or pay later.
Drysdale's office. Yes, Mr. Clampett, he's right here.
Oh, hello, Mr. Clampett. I just want to tell you how inconsolable Margaret was when she found out that she wasn't going to meet Adeline Ashley. Oh, she was just broken-hearted. Yeah. Well, perhaps we can get them together some other time. Today? oh, yes, that would be great. Yes, she'll be thrilled. Yes. Goodbye.
If you're looking for dust on that, you won't find a lick.
No, I just want to see where some of these things is from. I see most of them is from France and England.
That's good, isn't it?
Not too. All my stuff come from much further away than that. It's made in Japan.
Well, here comes my tall, rich, handsome, kind, considerate, widower's son-in-law, Jim. Here, I want you to meet the beautiful, elegant, fancy-mannered, well-dressed, and very strong widow, Adeline Ashley.
Hi, Miss Ashley. Hefting them blacksmith hammers sure has give you a powerful grip.
Oh, dear. I bet you say that to all the girls.
No, he don't. You can believe me.
Well, sit down for a spell, ma'am. I'd like to chew the fat with you a little.
When you put it that way, I can hardly resist.
I'll leave you two youngsters alone so you can get better acquainted with each other. Well, how are you two getting along? I bring you a little light refreshment.
What kind of refreshment?
Well, it looks like pure, clear branch water, don't it? Oop! Spilled a drop.
You take your rheumatism medicine out of here.
But, Jed, it's my private stock.
I told you, I don't want nobody drinking that. It's already been sitting so long that it's only good for blasted stumps.
All right, Granny. I find Jed's company is all the refreshment I need.
Oh, fine. Then I'll put on a little mood music. Something to break the ice.
My favorite song.
Yeah, it's Granny's favorite, too. Well, let's get back to our next-door neighbor, Miss Drysdale.
Oh, do we have to?
Oh, we could talk about you, back home. Oh, doggone. I clean forgot. After all you've been through, I reckon it's too painful to talk about.
Oh, no. When my husband, what's-his-name, passed on.
Tom?
Yeah, Tom. Anyways, everybody says I'm still a prize catch.
Oh, I'm sure you are. Where else are you going to find a woman that's a combination fashion play than blacksmith?
You turn my head with talk like that.
Well,
Now, Jed, we've known one another for more than 20 minutes now. Isn't there some little question you'd like to pop?
Well, yeah. How do you shoe a mule?
You know how to shoe a mule.
Well, yeah, but not like you. They say that you're the fastest hammer in the hills.
All right. Come on, over here. Now, lean against that. Now, I take the mule's hoof, like this here.
Granny, are they holding hands yet? Oh, I wouldn't say that.
What are they doing?
I ain't sure. But if that's their idea of spooning, they need a refresher course.
Chief, I hate to keep reminding you, but the Clampetts and Adeline Ashley are expecting a visit from your wife.
Yes, and I was expecting you to think of a way to get her over there.
Chief, I can't. Adeline Ashley is a hillbilly. I'm sure your wife would rather be introduced to Jack the Ripper.
But what if Margaret thought she really was the leader of society?
Chief, even you couldn't tell that big a lie.
I could, but she wouldn't believe it.
Wait. There's one thing your wife would believe is absolute truth without a qualm or a moment's hesitation.
What's that?
Idle gossip.
Ah, too late for that now.
Not if we utilize the fastest, most efficient communications network ever known.
What's that?
Your wife's bridge club, I believe. President is Mrs. Travis. Yes, there she is, under B.
Travis is under B.
For blabbermouth. Hello, Mrs. Travis.
Yes? What is it?
This is the Beverly Hills News calling. We've heard a rumor that the fabulous socialite and style setter Adeline Ashley is in town. And we thought that you, as a leader of Beverly Hills society, might know her whereabouts.
I know the whereabouts of everyone who's anyone, but I certainly wouldn't tell the papers. My dear friend Adeline is entitled to her privacy.
There it is, Chief. We have now about a 10-minute wait.
If this doesn't work, tomorrow you don't either.
your wig, but Adeline Ashley is in town. The famous socialite and style setter.
You call Bobo and Ethel, and I'll call June and Priscilla. And remember, it's a secret.
Almost 10 minutes now, Chief.
This telephone scheme isn't going to work. Say, maybe I could blackmail Margaret into meeting this Adeline Ashley. I still have those snapshots of her in a bathing suit.
Any time now.
Yes? Oh, Margaret. What news?
Adeline Ashley is in town. She's a legendary figure. Zillionaires. She has her own private fleet of yachts and a staff of ex-husbands to man them. Everyone in town is trying to find her and get her as a house guest. Do you know where she is, Milburn?
Well, it's supposed to be a secret, but she's staying at the Clampetts.
Oh!
She must be one of those eccentric jet-setters, Margaret, but she is a very good friend of the Clampetts and... Margaret?
Jed, don't you want to talk about something besides Granny when you're with a pretty girl like me?
Turned off nice weather today, didn't it?
Oops. I hope it's all right to meet you, Bunyan.
Sure is, honey. Miss Ashley, this here is my daughter, Ella Mae.
Howdy.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody. Granny said you was a real fancy talker.
Mercy. That's French for thank you.
Boy. Well, I'm feeding my critters now. Bye and mercy.
Dear, dear little Granny. How sweet you look today.
One of us has been hitting the jug too hard.
Oh, no, I've changed. I'm so sorry for all the things I've done in the past. And it will never, ever happen again. I want us to be close friends.
I've been waiting for this for 6 years. Now I ain't so sure I want it.
Please, Granny.
All right, Miss Drysdale, we's friends.
Good. Now may I meet Adeline Ashley?
I should have known that's what you was after.
Just wanted to invite her to be my house guest for a couple of weeks.
Close friends. Your friendship is as phony as your eyelashes.
Oh, please ask her.
I'm going to, just to hear her say no. By golly, she is anxious. I believe she would have pushed a peanut over here with her nose.
It ain't only Elias needs help. You could use some advice on dressing yourself.
This is my Sunday best.
Yes, but your outfit would look a heap better if you was wearing spats with them boobs.
I'm obliged to you for your help.
As your wife, it wouldn't take me but a minute to have you all looking just as classy as me. How about it, Jed?
Headline.
All right. I'm gonna stop playing coy. Guess I'll have to twist your arm a little. Marry me.
I'm sorry, Adeline, but no.
This is the hose I got my first husband with.
Miss Ashley, you're trying my patience.
I declare. First it was grabbing his boot in the parlor, and now this. I'm going to have to give both of you spooning lessons. Our snooty neighbor over yonder, Miss Drysdale, wants you to be her house guest for a couple of weeks. I already know your answer.
I accept.
That's the wrong answer.
I ain't throwing away my youth waiting for you to propose, Jed. I've already wasted half a day.
Adeline, you mean you're going to stay over there with Miss Drysdale?
Well, I've got to get back to some sophisticates like myself. You know, the in crowd.
Hey, wait!
Let her go, Jethro.
But look where she's headed. She won't see the Drysdale's fish pond.
Let her go, Jethro.
See? She got soaked.
Yeah.
My husband gives at the office. But Miss Drysdale, I'm Adeline Ashley. I'm going to be your house guest for the next 2 weeks. Oh, all right. I'll stay longer.
sounds like Miss Drysdale is happy to see Adeline.
Well, birds of a feather, Granny. She's a peacock, and we're just a bunch of old crows.
In my life when I'm lost in the dark, you're my stars in the sky like a ship in the night. Without you, I'm adrift. You're my gift, swift lift when I need that shift. Yeah, I need you on repeat, no fade out. You're my melody, no break, no way out. In the chorus of my life, you play loud. In my heart, in my soul, you stay proud. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So here's to you, the beats in my heart. Together, never apart from me until the start. You're my muse, my tune and my card. You're the heart.
Hey, Ellie? Hey, can I borrow your seal?
What for?
I gotta practice being a Navy frogman.
I thought you was going in the Army.
Yeah, me too. But I'm tired of waiting for them to call me. So I'm joining the Navy.
Well, what does a toad man do?
Not a toad man, a frog man.
What does a frog man do?
Mostly what you call underwater demolition. Blowing up stuff.
Well, what would you want with Raymond?
I want to see if I can learn him to fetch dynamite down to me.
Well, how would he carry it?
In his mouth.
Oh, no. My sail ain't coming no dynamite. Come on, Raymond.
Hey, well, wait a minute, Ellie. How about you being an enemy sentry?
Well, what do I have to do?
Well, you walk guard duty along the dock here. Then I reach out of the water, grab you, pull you in, and drown you. That's a frogman's surprise attack. Hey, now watch. Oh!
That for a surprise.
Enemy sentries ain't supposed to stomp a frogman's hand. Oh, dumb old girl.
This is the way we cook our mash, cook our mash, cook our mash. This is the way we cook our mash so early in the way we cook our mash. Granny! Ellie, don't scare me like that. If I was to have dropped this jar, we'd have cleared them bushes on the fly. This stuff is mean when it's green. Paul says you wasn't to make no more moonshine. Moonshine? This is my flu serum. He's expecting an epidemic, you know. And it's my duty as a doctor to be ready. This cure the flu? Well, it's more what you call a body conditioner. If your body can handle this, it can handle anything. You're making medicine. Why do you have to hide like this? Child, ain't you never hear of industrial espionage? Like one of the biggest outfits in the world has been trying to find this setup. Been trying for years. Who's that? The U.S. government. I gotta make a series of quality control tests. First, the shotgun test. Gotta see what kind of flavor it's got. Why do you call it a shotgun test, Granny? You gotta hold the shotgun on me to make me taste it. I don't want to do that, Granny. You got to, honey. I ain't as young as I used to be. And remember, it's for science. That's what you call real sipping whiskey. Did you say whiskey? Risky, honey, risky. You sip this at your own risk. You see, this is just the base. I ain't put in my secret ingredients yet. I'll go fetch it. Oh, want me to do it for you, Granny? No, honey, it's a secret. You go take my wash off the line. Oh, I already done that. It's in a basket on the steps. Oh, thank you, honey. Throw out the lifeline. Someone is drifting away. Throw out the lifeline. Throw out the lifeline. Someone is sinking today. Dan, get your gun. There's a monster in the cement pond.
Monster?
Great, big, black, slimy-looking thing. Must be 8 or 10 foot long.
Probably just Ellie's pet seal.
You seals eat old women. This one reached up out of the water and grabbed me.
Maybe it's a rape.
Who ever heard of an underwater ape? It's bigger than a gator. Must be 12 foot long. Has one great big bulging eye right in the center of his forehead. Big roots growing out of his mouth. Ugly growth on his back. Must be 15 feet long.
Monster's growing pretty fast.
You've seen him, have you?
I doubt if you have. Now sit down and tell me exactly what happened.
Well, I was coming from the still.
You were coming from where?
The hill. The hill.
I heard you the first time. Now, Granny, I told you not to make another batch of that moonshine.
I ain't, Jed. It's my shoe flu brew.
Shoot, flu, brew.
To head off the flu epidemic. It's a vegetable compound made out of natural juices of corn and certain neutral spirits.
Ain't nothing neutral about them spirits. Now, you probably got your nose wet, too. Let me smell your breath.
Not while you're smoking.
I thought so.
Oh, Jed, as a medical researcher, I'm duty-bound to test the stuff. It might have side effects.
Yes. Enough of that. You roll over on your side and stay there. Come on, Granny. We're going down and dump that stuff.
Dump my wonder drug? Jed, do you want the people of Beverly Hills to be laid low?
No, I don't, so let's go.
Jed, you're going to set medicine back 100 years. Next, you'll be stomping out penicillin. It's a good thing Lydia Pinkham didn't have a son-in-law like you.
Granny, that flu brew has got you seeing monsters.
Oh, Jed, I was only joking. Can't a body tease you about a little old 15-foot monster without you getting all upset?
Now, did you see it or didn't you?
Oh, forget it. I declare you are worse than a snapping turtle. You'd bite at anything. That's the Mayo Clinic. Tell them I ain't quite ready yet.
Ed Clampett speaking.
Mr. Monster, are you in there? Was you for real? Or did I just run off a bad batch? I guess I tested it too soon. That green stuff plays tricks on you. Oh, out the lifeline, so out the lifeline, someone is drifting away. Oh, out the lifeline. Dad! Dad! I think I caught the monster! Dad! Dad, I think the monster caught me!
What happened to you?
I got pulled into the cement pond and perked near ground.
Who done it?
That heathen monster.
Heathen.
He hates him singing, Jed. Every time I do throw out the lifeline, he grabs me. This time he pulled me under. He's a sea serpent right out of the river Styx.
I hope he never gets in the river back home. He could sure break up a baptizing.
You don't believe I seen him, do you?
Of course I do. Enough of that liquid cornbread of yours, and you could see pink sea serpents.
I tell you, that's my wonder drug.
It sure is. It's got you wondering what drug you in.
Ah! He's coming after me.
Who is?
The creature from the cement pond. Pray, Jed, but quiet. The way a hymn sets him off, a prayer will drive him into a frenzy.
Hey, I believe that's Jethro inside that thing.
He ate my baby. Make him spit you out, boy.
Granny, that ain't no monster. Here's the boy's wearing some kind of a suit.
Sure had you going, though, didn't I, Granny?
You mean it was you who grabbed my pole and pulled me into the cement pond?
Yeah.
You was under the water?
Well, yes, sir. This outfit's got an air tank, flippers, mask, weights.
If it ain't got wings, I think you're in trouble. Granny, don't let go!
Would What'd you say, Jim? Boy, old Jethro can sleep any place. He's laying out in the corn patch in his toadman suit.
He's what?
Oh, he says he's going to join the Navy and be a toadman. Or is he going to be a frogman? He's going to be a dead man if he scares me. Bless you, Granny.
You better change into some dry clothes, Granny. I'll look after Jethro.
Come on, Granny, I'll help you. You're catching a cold. I hope it turns into the flu. I got a cure for that.
Boy, Uncle Jed, I hope the Navy never hears about this. Frogmen don't go around hanging up their granny's bloomers.
They don't go around yanking their granny in the pond, neither.
Yeah, well, I got the wash all hung up now. Now I'm going back to my training.
How come you to pick this frogman work?
Well, what I really wanted to be was a submarine commander. But the surplus store didn't have no submarine.
Well, what's this sudden hankering to be underwater?
Well, I read where there's more food in the ocean than was ever growed on dry land. Well, in a few years, that's where all our victuals is coming from. Well, when that happens, I was going to know my way around the kitchen.
Well, that explains it.
Help me out with my mask, will you?
What you aiming to do?
I am going to destroy an enemy underwater installation.
How you aiming to do it?
I got a demolition charge set at the bottom of the pond. All I got to do is connect it and set it off.
Ain't that kind of dangerous underwater?
Uncle Jed, I am a frog man. Up here, I think like a man. But underwater, I think like a frog.
Well, that'll be a help.
No question about it, Daisy. You is coming down with the flu. But for the sake of humanity, you have got to be a human guinea pig to see if your flu serum works. Hope it ain't too green. But them's the chances us medical researchers has got to take. Oh, yeah. That is mellowed down real nice.
When he comes down, I gotta have a long talk with that boy.
Of course, Mr. Clampett, I understand. I'm sure Mr. Drysdale will want to rush right up and have a talk with Jethro. It's a miracle he wasn't hurt. Well, what broke his fall? Oh, his head. Oh, fine. All right, bye. Excuse me, Chief.
Miss Hathaway, I told you never to disturb me when I'm reading Superbanker.
With all due respect, Chief, I think my news is slightly more important than a comic book.
Comic book? This happens to be great, inspiring literature. The story of Harold Hart. In everyday life, a mild-mannered bank president. But when our economy is in danger, he slips into his vault and emerges as Money Man. A great American hero. Faster than a foreclosure. Stronger than an armored car. Able to leap the national debt with a single bound.
I know all about your cartoon creases. Look, up in the sky. It's a missile. It's a green tornado. It's Money Man.
You don't like it because of his secretary, Dora Dents. She is so dumb that she doesn't know her boss, the mild-mannered bank president, is really Money Man. The benefactor who secretly paid for her nose job.
It is pure drivel.
She doesn't even know the office messenger is Money Man's sidekick, Golden Boy.
If you don't mind, I have an urgent message from Mr. Clampett.
Imagine being able to turn into pure 24-karat gold. Message from who?
J.D. Clampett.
Oh, why didn't you say so? What is it?
It seems that Jethro is trying to become a Navy frogman.
What's wrong with that?
Well, so far, he's almost drowned Granny, knocked himself unconscious with his air tank, and blown himself out of the swimming pool.
That nut.
Mr. Clampett wants us to help get Jethro interested in something else.
This is a job for Money Man.
What are you talking about?
I'm taking him a bunch of these super banker books.
Chief.
Oh, wait till he reads that exciting episode where Money Man is locked into mortal combat with his arch-foe tax man.
Chief, Jethro has a 6th grade education. He won't read these. He's too intelligent.
You're looking for a nose job, Dora.
All right, seriously. If you think comic books will help divert the boy, let's give him something really thrilling.
What could be more thrilling than trying to outwit the Internal Revenue Service.
Come along, vile-mannered bank president.
That's mild-mannered, imbecile. Oh, why can't I have a messenger who turns to gold instead of a secretary who's all brass to begin with?
Hey, Jethro, where'd you get all them there comic books?
Mr. Drysdale and Miss Jane fetched them over to me.
Well, where's your Toad Man suit?
Frog man. And what's left of it's out back. You can make it into slingshots.
Well, ain't you gonna do no more underwater dynamiting?
No, sir, no.
What's that sloshing noise?
Did you hear it, too?
Sure did. I think you got a head full of water.
That's it. The Navy can have them underwater victuals. I'm going to the moon.
Moon, what for?
That's what for. That whole planet is covered with nothing but these here beautiful moon maidens.
Well, how do you know?
Would they print it in a comic book if it weren't true? I'm gonna be the first man to land on that rascal.
Well, how do you aim to get there?
I'm gonna buy me one of them great big space rockets.
Now remember, Mr. Drysdale, I aim to pay for anything Jethro needs.
Mr. Clampett, please, that could run into millions.
Oh, it's only money.
Steady, super banker.
Like I said, I don't want the government paying for Jethro's military training when they is in debt and I got so much.
You're a real patriot, Mr. Clampett.
Well, thank you. Now, I have heard him mention he wants a submarine.
Submarine?
Here, this will bring him around.
Thanks. I needed that. Mr. Clampett, I have an idea that can solve all our problems. We'll get Jethro in the reserve.
Reserve?
Yes, they'll give him tests to determine how he can best serve his country.
Well, that's what we want, all right, but how's he go about joining?
Get in. We'll go down to reserve headquarters and talk to him.
Well, hadn't we ought to take Jethro with us?
Oh, no. He'll be better off right here.
Okay. I'll get me a trailer, come by and pick it up right away. Thank you. Bye.
Well, if it ain't Charlie Tuna.
Guess what, Granny? I'm gonna get me a rocket and go to the moon.
You pull me in the pond one more time and I'll put you there without a rocket.
I'm all through with that underwater stuff. Man don't live by victuals alone. Moon maidens, here I come.
Boy, Jethro, where'd you get this thing?
Same place I got the tank?
Well, you better unhook that rocket, because Granny wants you to tote her flu medicine down to the Red Cross.
I ain't no delivery boy. I'm an astronaut. I got a history to make. You tell the Red Cross to come here and pick it up.
Well, Granny will take a hickory switch to you.
Well, it better be a long one, because I'm going to be on the moon. Boy, that's the place for me. Acres and acres of green cheese, swarming with beautiful women. Betwixt the necking and the snacking, I'm going to be real busy.
When are you coming back?
Who's coming back?
Well, you better ask Papa you go a-taking off.
King of the Moon don't have to ask.
Who's that?
Jethro the First. Come on, Ellie, give me a hand.
What are you fixing to do?
I'm fixing to aim this rascal at the moon. Now, let's see. It's usually between the elm and the sycamore. Allowing for wind, got to lead it a little. That ought to do it. Let's commence the countdown. Let's see, the mouse's hands is on 10 and 3.
That means it's 10 minutes to 3.
I know that. What you gotta watch is the mouse's tail. That's the second hand. See? It goes up to the 12.
Yeah.
There, 0 minus 60 seconds and counting. Time to put on my astronaut suit and load my rocket fuel.
Where is the rocket fuel?
Oh, man, I plumb forgot to buy any. Doggone!
Well, as long as you ain't going to the moon, you can go to the Red Cross. Come on, I'll help you load Granny's barrel in the tank.
I ain't getting in no tank without distilled dynamite.
Granny says it's medicine.
I don't care what she calls it. One jolt and that stuff will blow me higher than... That's it! Ellie, quick, get me a rubber hose. I done found my rocket fuel.
What's that thing?
This here's a life jacket in case I land in the Sea of Tranquility. 0 minus 10 seconds and counting. Moon rocket to Earth crew. All systems go. Prepare to commence ignition.
What does that mean?
Light the fuse.
Granny's gonna be awful mad.
I'll send her a package of cheese. 0 minus 5 seconds and counting. Clear the area for blast off.
first is as good as the last. Eat your heart out, Jack Daniels.
So far, the origin of the manned rocket which streaked across Southern California skies and plunged into the ocean near Point Mugu remains a complete mystery. The Navy, the Air Force, and the Army all deny any knowledge of... Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We switch you now to our news helicopter, where our cameras are recording the dramatic air-to-sea rescue of the rocket's mysterious pilot. In just a few moments, we will know his identity. Is he from outer space? Is he ours? Is he theirs?
He's mine. I want first crack at that medicine moocher.
Slow down, Granny. The boy's going in the reserve.
First he's going in the woodshed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the pilot has been pulled aboard the rescue helicopter, and we will now hear his first words. Come in, Navy helicopter.
Hey, we're all the Moon Maidens.
Granny, could Mr. Drysdale have a shot of your flu serum?
You feeling poorly, Mr. Drysdale?
Oh, no, I feel wonderful.
Wait until you see this, super banker.
What is it?
A bill for that rocket?
Make that a double, Granny.
Will I sharp, will I sun, clear and bold. Grabbing my future, precious is gold. Breathless mode, insanity fuel my run. Each heartbeat screams I'm not done. Freedom's calling, it's ringing my name. Through the sweat and tears I claim my fame. Run, gotta get out, gotta find my route. This city's a trap, of that there's no doubt. Run till the end, till I shout. I'm free at last, what life's all about. Runs, burning, sweat drips like tears. Each step forward, outstripping my fears. Stop, spring, pursuing, living till I shout. I'm free at last, what life's...
Chief, I am trying to drive, and besides, we're already late for Jethro's farewell breakfast.
Farewell breakfast. He's not going into the Army Reserve today. He's only going for an interview and a qualification test.
I know, but the Clampetts think he's going, and besides, we have already kept them waiting because you had to stop and by to those stupid comic books.
Super Banker is not a stupid comic book. It's the thrilling adventures of Harold Hart. In everyday life, a mild-mannered bank president. Oh, shut up! This is inspirational literature.
Oh, come now. A bank president who sneaks into his vault and comes out as Money Man?
Yes, Money Man. A patriot that fights for the things that make this country what it is. Baseball, mom's apple pie, hot dogs, second mortgages, hidden interest charges. In this week's episode, he's headed for France to stop the gold drain.
Any bank president who comes out of his vault looking like money is headed for South America.
You are coming dangerously close to seditious slander. Money Man is a national hero.
Only to you. To everybody else, he is an odious, imbecilic, nickel-nursing nut!
That does it. Now pull over and stop this car.
What for?
I am making a citizen's arrest.
Me?
You bet. I am charging you with high treason. We're going to the FBI office in the Federal Building.
Oh, sit down. We are going to Jethro's farewell breakfast in the fancy eating room.
When are we going to give Jethro his presents and make our speeches, Paul?
Well, seeing it don't take the boy long to eat, maybe we'd best commence right now. Jethro, I know how you must feel this morning. Leaving home for the first time is a mighty solemn occasion. And I reckon your heart is full and there's a lump in your throat. We're mighty proud of you, and we know that you must be proud, too. Proud and happy at this chance to serve the country that has been so good to all of us. You have heard your country's call to duty, and this is your answer. Well, I reckon that's enough talking. I'll show you how I feel.
Don't shoot him, Jen. I ain't said my speech yet.
I ain't gonna shoot him, Granny. I just want to give him a squirrel gun. Jethro, my pa gave this gun to me, and his pa gave it to him. I think it's only fitting that I pass it along to... Boy. Soldier.
Uncle Jed, you going hunting?
I'm just making you a going-away present of this rifle.
Well, thank you.
I know the Army sets a great store by sharpshooting. And old Nellie here can bark a squirrel and... All right, Granny, you give it a try.
Mr. President, members of Congress, fellow delegates, honored guests, distinguished visitors. What's wrong with her?
Nothing. She's been reading speeches all week.
I think Thomas Jefferson expressed the emotions of all of us when he said, roll in flour, salt to taste, fry in deep fat.
Bring it on, Granny.
Oh, that's my directions for frying chicken.
Keep going, Granny. You're the first one to get his attention.
Oh, I can't make a speech, but I would like to say a few words about my present. Jethro, I want you to wear this uniform with pride and valor, like my granddaddy wore it in the Great War.
Granny, that's a Confederate uniform.
You bet it is. And this is the sword he used to defend our country when the North invaded America.
I'll slip out and answer the door.
It's decorated on the field of battle following our great victory at Gettysburg. This medal was given to him by General Lee after the final Yankee defeat at Appomattox.
Granny, the Yankees wasn't defeated. It was the South.
What did you say?
I keep telling you, Granny. The North won. General Grant fought General Lee.
Well, howdy, folks. Come in.
Oh, Mr. Clampett, I'm so sorry we're late for Jethro's farewell breakfast.
Oh, that's all right. I know you got a lot of important things to tend to.
Important things. We stopped to pick up the latest edition of Super Banker comic book.
Don't blame her too much. He's really hooked on it.
What?
He's every woman's hero.
Of all the unmitigated...
That's all right, Miss Jane. You're just in time to hear Granny's farewell speech to Jethro.
Gateway!
She must have made a very moving speech.
Yeah, I ain't seen a boy move that fast in a long time.
What was Jethro carrying?
His breakfast. He ain't one to let saving his life standing away eating.
Come back. Oh, howdy, Miss Jane, Mr. Drysdale.
Ellie?
I didn't have a chance to give Jethro my present.
Well, we'll get to that. You all go in the fancy eating room. I'll go fetch back the guest of honor and the Speaker of the House.
What are you giving him, Ellie?
Well, I made him a whole box of ladyfingers. He likes a snack between bites.
You mean between meals?
Not Jethro.
Well, here's my little going-away present, soldier boy. Something to decorate your barracks.
Thanks, Miss Jane. Oh, what is it?
It's a pin-up picture of me.
Please, not while we're eating.
Wow! A dog!
Let's see.
Boy, Miss Jane, in a bathing suit, you're a different woman.
How true, how true. Oh, here's my present, Jethro. Now, I know you have an appointment down at Reserve Headquarters, so I won't make any speeches.
Hey, will you look at this? Hey, what is it, Mr. Drysdale?
That, my boy, is a money man piggy bank. You see, he has a hole in his head.
How true, how true.
I'll show you how it works. When you drop in the dime, the eyes light up.
That's real cunning.
Sure is. Here's my present, Jethro.
Well, thanks, Ellie. Hey, what is it?
Well, I wouldn't say. I made it myself.
Uncle Jed, will you look at this? Ellie made me bullets for your rifle.
That was lady fingers. Give me a sword, Granny.
Well, I'm off to the reserve. Bye.
Don't stand there, Miss Hathaway. Get him, bring him back.
Yes, the dear boy forgot his picture.
Never mind that. My dime is still in that bank.
Make your country proud of you, boy. Remember, you're a Tennessee volunteer. Come on, Ellie. Let's get the flag and the rest of the stuff.
Yes, Granny.
We've been ripping up petticoats to make bandages.
Uncle Jed, I can't show up at the Army Reserve looking like this. What are they gonna think?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. You ain't gonna be just another face in the crowd. Bet you it ain't every day they get a boy in a Confederate uniform toting a squirrel rifle that shoots ladyfingers.
Uncle Jed, what am I gonna tell them?
Tell them the truth. Tell them you wore it to please a sweet, sentimental little old gray-haired granny who would break your leg if you didn't.
Can't you convince her that the Civil War is over and that the South lost?
No, I can't, and I ain't gonna try. At my age, a broke leg don't mend too fast.
Sir, I hope you won't go to laughing at the uniform right off. Ah, looks great to me. But this is a Confederate uniform. Yeah, I know. Sit down, I'll tell the colonel you're here. Excuse me, Colonel. The studio is starting to send over those Civil War soldiers.
We're supposed to come in till after lunch.
No, the first boy's here.
They'll probably be straggling in all day. All right, send him in.
Sir, are you going to be casting any Southern belles?
I'm not casting. I'm just the technical advisor.
Why couldn't you be an expert on bikinis instead of Civil War uniforms?
Send the boy in. And, Sergeant, for your information, it's not just uniforms. It's all equipment.
Sir, you ought to go down to the beach sometime. There's some mighty fine equipment running around with those.
Send the boy in.
Step right in here, Stonewall.
Turn around. Excellent. Very authentic. Tennessee Volunteers.
Well, how'd you know?
That's my job. Let me see the gun. Oh, I can't let you use this.
Why not?
Too good, too modern. Okay, you can go now. You're in.
In the Army?
That's correct.
I'm gonna fight.
You sure are. You're gonna get licked, but not until you put up a real scrap.
Well, excuse me, sir, but who am I gonna be fighting?
The Union Army.
Where?
Culpeper Plantation. You rebels will be dug in, and Grant's troops will surround the place.
Well, where's the Culpeper Plantation?
Somewhere up in Beverly Hills. You'll be taken there. We don't want the public to know where the shooting's going to be.
You mean it's gonna be the Civil War all over again?
It better be. That's what I'm being paid for.
When's all this gonna commence?
Monday morning. Didn't they tell you anything?
No, sir.
Well, you'll find out soon enough. I've said too much already.
Can't I take my gun?
I told you no. With guns like that, the South would win the war. They hired me, so mistakes like that won't happen. See you Monday.
It's lonesome without Jethro.
I don't want to talk about him, Ellie. Going off to war without his country's banner.
Ready? Uncle Jed!
He's come back for it, Granny. His conscience is hurting him.
More likely his stomach is hurting him. He ain't eaten 2 hours. See? Right to the icebox.
Hey, Granny, I got news for you.
Bare your head in the presence of the grand old flag.
I'm sorry,
Hey, how come you're home from the reserve so quick?
because I found out who these reserves for. The Yankees.
What?
The North is gonna commence fighting again.
No.
Yep, I heard the whole scheme down at headquarters.
You mean they didn't learn their lesson at Gettysburg and Appomattox?
All I know is they's fixing to attack the first thing Monday morning.
Where?
Right here in Beverly Hills. A place called a Culpeper's Plantation.
Well, where's that?
Well, they wouldn't tell me. Said they didn't want the people to know where the shooting was gonna be.
My dingies. Them Yankees meant it.
Meant what, Granny?
For years they've been muttering the North will rise again. This time we'll nip their rebellion in the bud. Where's your gun?
But they took it away from me.
What?
They said it was too good. Said the South could win with guns like that.
Why, them dirty, thieving Yankee bushwhackers.
Let's get Pa and go down there and whoop.
Yeah, let's go, Granny.
No, young'uns, it might be a trap. Now, as for Jed, he's got a blind spot when it comes to the Yankees. He always says, let sleeping dogs lie. Well, they've lied for the last time.
What are we gonna do, Granny?
Well, first we gotta get some information. Where the plantation is and the Yankee plan of battle.
Well, how are we gonna get it, Granny?
Did you ever hear of Belle Boyd, the beautiful Confederate spy?
No, ma'am.
Well, she proved that a pretty face and a stunning figure could always loosen them Yankees' tongues. You know what I mean?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, good. You stay here and finish the dishes, and Jethro will drive me down.
Ready to go, Granny.
Jethro, go change your clothes. If they see me consorting with a Confederate, they'll know I'm a spy.
Yes, Granny.
It beats me how the South won with boys like that.
Boy, Granny, you're something else.
You ain't just whistling Dixie. One look at my leg, and them Yankees will blab everything they know. And if the calf don't get 'em, the coat will.
Granny, I'm all done with my dishes. Can I please come along?
No, honey. In the dangerous game of toying with a man's emotions, there's no substitute for experience. And I need all I can get. It's been a long time.
Well, couldn't I just watch and see how you vamp them, fella?
On one condition.
Well, what's that?
The tricks I learn you can drive a man stark, raving mad. You gotta promise to only use them in the defense of your country.
I promise.
All right.
Well, I best go put on a dress. I wouldn't want him to think I was a boy.
Beats me how the South won with girls like that.
Okay, fellas, you want to step inside, please? Sergeant, have you been to lunch?
No, sir.
Well, you go ahead. I'll manage.
Thank you, sir.
Very good. Excellent. Can you ride?
Yes, sir. I've done some cowboy parts.
Oh, hey, that's something I wanted to ask about. The script calls for me to ride. Do I have to?
Well, you certainly can't go charging up to Culpeper Plantation in a Jeep.
Well, what about the buggy?
It looks like I'm going to be spending some time with General Grant. Do you mind sitting in for the sergeant?
Not at all.
Thank you. I'm expecting some more people.
Any Southern belles?
Dozens of them. You and Sergeant O'Hara. Here, take this with you. Hold it, General. You'd better get used to smoking these cigars they gave you.
Cigars make me dizzy.
You don't smoke cigars and you don't ride. Do you drink?
Only very dry martinis.
Will you tell me something? Who cast you for this part?
Cousin Abe.
You're the producer's cousin?
That's right.
Well, I am being paid to come up with a reasonable facsimile of General Grant and his men, so between now and Monday morning, you're going to smoke a lot of cigars and ride a lot of horses. Do you ride, Colonel?
Yes, sir. I've been riding all my life.
Who cast you?
My revered father-in-law, sir.
You're married to Abe's daughter?
I have that great honor.
You know, the South may win this time.
Jethro was right. It's a Yankee soldier. Do. You hang back and watch. I'll soften him up. Hello there, soldier boy.
I'm sorry. I didn't hear you come in.
The That's the way I work, Sonny.
If you're here to see Colonel Blake, it'll be a few minutes. He's inside talking to General Grant and his men.
Grant?
Yeah, they're getting ready for the big battle on Monday. Say, haven't I seen you at Columbia?
No. She's never been to Columbia, Tennessee in her whole life.
Columbia, Tennessee?
She's a northern girl. She comes from Boston.
Well, how do you do?
Howdy. That's Boston talk. She lives on Bacon Hill. Say, I saw a soda pop machine down the hall. Why don't you two Yankees go down there and have a drink?
Would you answer the telephone?
Oh, sure I will.
If the Colonel asks for me, you tell him I'll be right back.
Take your time, Sonny. It can't be Ulysses S. Grant. He couldn't live this long, especially the way he hit the bottle.
I'm so dizzy I'll never be able to get on that horse.
It's him.
Come on, let's go over this battle plan. Now, concentrate on this map. Here's the Culpeper plantation.
I don't know how to read a map. Besides, I can hardly stand up.
That's how we lost Richmond.
Now, the first attack on the Confederate position will come at dawn on Monday.
Dawn? Well, I'm having a party Sunday night.
I can lead the attack, sir. I make a dashing figure on a horse. Listen, Colonel Chitlin, with that accent of yours, we're going to put you in a Confederate uniform.
Same old bunch of Yankees, still fighting dirty.
Why can't we have the attack Tuesday morning?
Because my orders are Monday.
Well, I'm going to get in touch with Abe.
Abe? Oh, you're back. Come on, Ellie.
When can I see you again?
After the war. Jen!
Granny, where you been and where'd you get my gun?
General Grant's headquarters. What? General Ulysses S. Grant is alive and planning to attack the Culpeper's plantation at dawn on Monday.
I think you've had enough of that.
Don't knock it, Jed. You ought to see what it's done for Grant.
Where you going?
I'm going to warn the Culpeppers that Grant is coming.
You'd have to be pretty near 150 years old. This is the wildest thing I ever heard.